And like I've said many times on the channel, stems are absolutely amazing when it comes to learning from your favorite artists. I found some more stems on my hard drive. The track Chaos by Must Die, absolute heavy banger. So I thought, you know what, it's video time. I'm gonna break down some elements, recreate some elements, possibly even start like a remix and just fully dive into the stems. And I'll take you guys along for the ride. As you can see, the stems are beautifully laid out here in Ableton. Intro, verse, build, drop, break. Why did I leave that out? Yeah, no drums. Weirdly, the stems didn't come with drums. I haven't just taken them out for whatever reason. Personally, one of my favorite dubstep songs, just from the pure energy of it. And you're gonna have to hear it without drums. But just... it's so amping. You can just hear the absolute grit of everything. All the different layers, horns. That sounds like a sample even. Yeah, it probably is. Cheeky little bit of sub. We don't want to give away too much sub before the main drop. Synth layer. Duplicating what the horns are doing. Gritty guitar, just synth chug. And of course, one of my favorite things, often overlooked, but definitely underrated, it is the effects. Because without it, that's still kind of ended. The crowd energy and the effects over the top, just new level. But of course, as fantastic as that sounds, we're here for the drop elements. We want to learn everything about the drop as much as possible. Obviously, if you heard the song before, it starts out with a little horn. Then switches into the brutality that is bass. Interestingly, with normal drops, you'd expect sub and then like the bass layer over the top of it. Here's 3 individual layers doing 3 completely different things, rhythm-wise as well. Quarter notes. Kind of quarter notes, but it's sounding like eighths because purely there's like a delayed note here. So that could also be eighths, and then just a solid sub bass. Bang it. Let's actually, I did say at the start of this video we're going to recreate some elements. So I'm going to consolidate that and then take the melody. Yeah, so much melody with that sub. Dude. This could be a cool little sub breakdown, but to my ears this is what it's sounding like. We have our sub layer. Kind of doing that, yeah. Also have a saw wave layer with maybe like a high pass. And but definitely a lot of noise. We're hearing a lot of noise come through. Maybe this could be... noise go through the filter bar. And then I guess with the right amount of distortion. All the distortion. And of course the randomization is key here. You can hear the phase switch over. So if this was normal, no randomization, you'd expect every single... that is a gangster sub bass. I'm gonna have to keep that. You'd expect the start of every single sound to be identical because the randomization. So every single time it starts, pointed to the screen, you can't see what the fuck I'm pointing at. So every single time this oscillator would start its cycle from here and then just go in that direction. But if you have randomization on, the oscillator could start here for one time, here for one time, here for one time. So sometimes when you play the same note, it has a different kind of tonality because the phase is starting at a different point. Which I'm pretty sure is happening here. 1 sound, and 2 sound. Very, very subtle difference. Not too many... I'm going to have a little bit of randomization. You can see the shaded yellow is where the different randomization points are going to happen. I think around there sounds the best. And of course when it's like a little vibrato effect, but I'm pretty sure that's done with like a frequency shifter. Frequency, here we go. How fast is it? There, so it would have like typically 0, then a little bit here. Yeah, I reckon that's a bit too much noise. I mean, to be fair, if we wanted to take that further, we could just get an EQ. Kind of like, it looks like a dip there, and that's the randomness that's happening. A lot more kind of sizzle. Those harmonics look cleaner. But anyway, we're not spending the entire episode on the sub bass, but interesting effect as well. I'm gonna try that in Serum. I wonder if that is delayed or the second note is slightly just automated down in volume, because that is kind of that is a real cool effect. Mosh pit. Something like freeze and flatten that, and then we'll go to audio. There we go. And interestingly, like you can see a bit of sub happening there. Like what is this area? Intentional or not? Because sometimes with distortion you can add sub bass just because the way the distortion module works, but that sounds a lot cleaner, and it's just random sub that you could easily just got away with EQing like that. Mute what we've done. Doesn't make too much. Like maybe a bit more push on the sub bass. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but could be an interesting feature. You'd have to align the sub for sure, and it kind of looks like it looks like it's aligned there, give or take. But yeah, anyway, back into the recreation. So yeah, I wanted to mimic these notes with audio. Sometimes it's easier just to have audio just so you can physically see the waveform. So the question, is it delay? Where's the whole frequency spectrum's coming through? And very short feedback. We just want one instance. So the question, is it just that? Sounds a bit more grittier. Need some kind of EQ. Maybe some raw? Jesus. I mean, that's a lot of grit now, so that could be perfect. And stereo. I reckon this has swung a little bit as well. Listen. So it's like a little bit, yeah, a little bit of swing. Who knows? But I reckon that's a good shot. That kind of sounds like I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Kind of the effect that. Mean. Okay, one more layer left to the bass. This should be interesting. The 8. That tone and that texture is just another level. I don't even think that's like anywhere close to a saw wavetable. That sounds purely digital. But maybe pulse width. Maybe not. And maybe a slight kind of formant. With the mix down. And of course we want to replicate the EQ of this. No sub bass. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And definitely there's the sample and hold in there somewhere. We know what's missing. We just need more. I'm gonna add this on a separate chain so we just have purely... Where's the high end just... Yeah, it's starting to come through there. I wonder if we need shorter notes for it. Nah, because then... Alright, are we even close? No, we got way too much. Yeah, too much of that. And the last thing, well, we're never gonna get it identical anyway. The last thing, the quarter note's doing the yang yang. That's kind of wide and should do the trick. So what was the pattern again? Almost sounds like it's vocoded and then... Whoa. And vocode it from our main serum, which is just called serum. Love that. Needs to be way lower. With OTT. Okay, maybe a bit of... Yeah, very interesting with all the overlapping patterns. Solid single note, quarter notes, eighths, and then quarter notes. This ain't gonna sound like... Interesting, they all accompany each other for sure. A lot to take away there from like different rhythms, delayed notes potentially on the bass. That I think is driving the energy, that screech, but yeah, it's not hitting the same bit. As much as I despise quarter notes kind of tear out, doing the same fucking quarter notes, this actually works really well, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite. Oh, I haven't even, oh, I got to the I wonder if it's just going to sound infinitely better with raw, just slamming it. Yeah, it always does. Different tonalities and textures for the different part. So we have like the clean tone of the sub bass sprinkled with a little bit of noise over the top and that grit. We have the pulsating, that's real gritty siren sound. We have a chunky saw wave, but not saw wave kind of bass for the higher mids slash highs. And so whatever the hell this is. Maybe that's to fill out like the stereo image. It's cool to get that perspective on it, especially with like the different rhythms and tones and textures that go into it, and just provide the freaking energy, which is sick. I was never gonna get exactly the same sound, but it's close-ish. It's so weird hearing that without drums. And of course we just scratch the surface. Every like interval change is a different rhythm and shit. And of course my favorite, like the trumpet. Very well thought of drop. It's like the title, Chaos. It's a very controlled chaos, and I love it. That needs like a trap kind of. Yes. Raw to the master channel. Maybe that. It's like some tear out shit. Oh, that's... Chuck trash on it. Reverb on the snare is so obnoxious. What? Okay, I can see why everybody's chucking quarter notes on everything. Just the driving pulse of it all, just, yeah, okay. I can finally see why everybody's doing quarter notes. I love the low pitch snare with just stupid amounts of reverb. But anyways, that is a tiny bit of a drop reconstruction and then a freaking whatever the hell that was. Hopefully you learned a thing or two amongst that chaos. Oh my god, that was shit pun. That was the worst pun. But yeah. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day and peace. See you guys in the next one. Have a great day and peace.